guys, it's Lindsay from Perfectly Bookish 5, and this video is going to be about celebrating 5 authors in honor of Black History Month. The first author I'm going to talk about is Elizabeth Acevedo, and she is a young adult author. Well, actually, I believe she has one adult novel out, but I was introduced to her through her young adult reads. The first book that I read by her was The Poet X, and that was a really good story, but my favorite of hers is With the Fire on High. In this story, you follow a girl named Imani. She is a young mother. She is still in high school, and she is doing everything she can for her daughter. She lives with her grandma, but she does have dreams of her own, and she loves cooking. She was taught from her family, and it's just something that she loves to do. And when this opportunity comes up at school for her to be in this cooking class and a cooking program and then travel to learn about cooking, she is hesitant to go for it because she puts all her time, effort, energy into her child, and she gets a little push from those around her to go for it. She is such a good mother. She deserves something for herself. And I really like this story. Imani is such a great character, and I really enjoy Elizabeth's writing. In With Clap When You Land, we have 2 girls that have the same father, but they don't know about each other. One is in New York, and I believe the other girl is in a different country. A plane happens to crash, and the dad is on it. So he has secrets from his girls, from his daughters, and from his families. They do not know about each other. With his death, his secrets start to unfold. The next author I'm going to talk about is Kalynn Bayron, and I was introduced to this author by reading Cinderella is Dead, and this was a 5 out of 5 star read for me. I loved it, and I believe every single book of hers is young adult. I don't believe there is an adult story written. Funnily enough, I think actually most of the authors I'm talking about in this book are young adult authors. But in this book, it is a twisted version of Cinderella. Ever since Cinderella got her happily ever after, young girls are being forced to try to find their happily ever after. Once you reach a certain age, you go to a ball, and all the girls are looked upon, and they are trying to find their husband, or the husbands are all looking at the girls. And if you don't find a husband by, I believe you get 3 tries to go to this ball, so 3 years, then stuff happens. And it is a really twisted take on Cinderella, like I said, and it is not all about happily ever after, and it is more a nightmare once you reach a certain age that you have to go to this ball. Also, some of the girls who do go to this ball end up disappearing, and that is scary. Some people just think, oh, she made it her 3 years, no one wanted her, so she just left because she didn't want to be seen in town anymore. But there are darker reasons for why these girls are disappearing. Another book of hers that I read that I don't have is she has a retelling of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I do not remember the name of that one, but I like that she has done some different retellings. Then we have You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. This is a camp thriller story where the kids are at a camp and there are a lot of mysterious deaths going on. Then we have a series, The Vanquishers, that have to do with vampires. And then I want to say this is a duology, This Poison Heart, where a family inherits a house and there are some mysterious things that can happen with plants and nature. Danielle Paige is an author I met, I believe, back in 2016. She was at the very first major book signing I went to. BookCon happened to be in Chicago that year, and I was so excited to meet her. She is so nice. I met Danielle through the Dorothy Must Die series. This is a retelling of Wizard of Oz, and once again, we are going for a dark take on this. Dorothy is not the sweet person that we thought she was, and our character actually gets thrown into Oz, and she sees the evil things that Dorothy has turned Oz into, and it is a miserable place to be. This is a 4-book series, I believe. Sorry, I just checked. It is a 4-book series, and there are some novellas that go along with it. And I'm excited because I have this whole series signed by Danielle. And then the other book I have of hers for this video, I have Stealing Snow, and we have a Snow White retelling. Our character here is in an institute for some reasons. And also Danielle has written, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name, something Raven. She co-wrote the book with Cass Morgan, and it is a college sorority story where there's mysterious stuff happen, witchy stuff, magic, and stuff goes wrong. That is a duology. Or I think it is just the Ravens, nothing ahead of it, because it's the Ravens, and the second book is the Monarchs. And then she has a new series out that has to deal with magic too. Next I have Tomi Adeyemi. She is the author of Children of Blood and Bone, and this story is about a land that there was once magic and it was thriving, it was beautiful, but under the rule of the king, he had all magic banished. It disappeared, and there are some bad conditions in this land, and now the younger generation is starting to fight back. They want to get magic back, and their main character, she goes on an adventure trying to find ways that she can bring the magic back. And yay for Tomi, this book is getting turned into a movie. It is a trilogy, and the cast was recently just announced, and if you go and look at the cast, like, there are heavy hitters in this cast, and I am really excited for it. Amanda Steinberg, she is going to be in this movie. She was in parts such as Rue in the Hunger Games. She was in Everything, The Darkest Minds. When I think of books turning into movies, she is a name that pops up because she does so great at the parts that she plays. So I'm excited that she's going to be in it. I think Viola Davis. There are, like I said, look it up. There is a great list of names. I'm so excited to see this book turned into a movie. Next up, I have Kennedy Ryan. This is the only fully adult author I have in this video. I've met Kennedy a couple of times before. She is super nice, and she has this book, Before I Let Go. I believe the second book came out recently, like maybe at the end of 2024. I've only read this one. In this story, we have a couple that are going through struggles. They have 2 kids, and they were going to have a 3rd child, but unfortunately they lost the child, and the mom is having some troubles dealing with it. She can't move on, which you can never move on fully from something like that, but she's having trouble just continuing on with her life, enjoying what she does still have. And the dad, the husband, he is separated from her. They're not currently living in the same home because he needed to get out of that situation. He's tried to move on the best he can. Yes, he is sad too, but his wife is always reminding him of the grim situation, and that was taking a toll on him. So this is a tough read. The other books I have read by Kennedy, she has a hockey series, Long Shot, Block Shot. There is another one in there, and I really like those because I'm a sports romance person, so those were fun reads as well. There are 5 authors that I really enjoy. If I could suggest where you should start in this pile, I would say Cinderella is Dead or With the Fire on High. I think those are really great reads. This whole pile has a lot of great reads in it. Those are just 2 standouts for me out of the books that I showed you. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.